Hi Virgo, welcome to May. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to go over some astrology. So, May 1st, Pluto goes retrograde in Aquarius, and it's going to be moving back into Capricorn before it returns to Aquarius. It will go direct on October 11th. Then we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio on the 5th. On the 7th, Venus moves into Cancer. On the 16th, Mercury, your ruling planet, stations direct. And then Jupiter moves into Taurus, which will be favorable to your sign. Then we have a new moon in Taurus, also favorable to your sign, on the 19th. On the 20th, Mars moves into Leo. And then on the 21st, the Sun moves into Gemini. But let's see what the cards say for Virgo. What does Virgo need to know about love and relationships for the month of May 2023? What's coming up for Virgo? Okay, I thought I saw a card that was flipped the wrong way. Okay, now I got that back in track. This is a new deck, so they're sliding all over the place. All right, what do we need to know? What does Virgo need to know about love and relationships for May? We're still in eclipse season, so anything could happen. And these eclipses have been conjunct Uranus or aspecting Uranus, so surprises could come out of the woodworks. All right, let's see what does Virgo need to know. I can't grab these cards for some reason. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got. The Chariot, the Seven of Cups, the Star, the Five of Pentacles, the Strength card, the Three of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Lovers, and the King of Cups. All right, love is on this month for you. Actually, it may even be more, well, we'll get to it over the summer, but okay, so we have the Chariot here with the Seven of Cups. Chariot is a card of victory through discipline and focus. So you may have been scattering your energy, especially since we have the Seven of Cups crossing the Chariot. The Seven of Cups is being stuck in the choices. So Virgo, this month, you have to figure out, what is it that you really want? Where do you want to focus your energy? Because if you have too many irons in the fire, you're not going to make progress on anything, because you really have to zero in on what's really important to you. So with the Seven, I feel like you're going to come to right now you've been dreaming about your success or dreaming about what you want, thinking, well, if I go this direction, that'll happen. And you're imagining how each choice will be. But at some point, you're going to have to make a choice, especially because you have the Lovers in the reading. So you may be, if for some of you who are dating more than one person, you're going to have to choose. Or you may have to choose, do I stay or do I go in a relationship? But choices are going to be important this month. But I'm seeing positive, there's love here. But you have to know what you want before you can get it. So think about, don't let your mind, a lot of times with the Chariot represents controlling the monkey mind. So a lot of times we let our thoughts, like we overthink things, and we let our thoughts take us on a wild goose chase, so your thoughts are all over the place. You have to pull the reins, pull it back, and sit down and think, okay, where am I spending my energy? What is really important to me? Is there anything that's distracting me from what I really want? And if it is, maybe I need to let it go. So focus on what you really want to happen. Zero in on that person, that relationship, even if it's a career path, whatever it is, because you may wind up with nothing if you're spreading yourself too thin. You really can't make progress on anything. So you have to decide what's the best use of my energy, my love, my devotion, my focus. And you might have to drop some things. And if you can focus on what you really want and set your sights on that, you can achieve it. You have the star here. The star gives hope. It means that you can achieve your goal. You can get what you want. If you're looking for love, it's possible. And you have this King of Cups here. The King of Cups can be someone that you might be attracting. And it may be even someone you already know. The King of Cups, as a king, when the court cards come out, the kings are mature. They're someone that you could have a stable, mature relationship with. If you get knights and pages, they're still like immature. It's immature energy. They're not looking for commitment. But this king, the thing about this king, it could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And it could be either the sun, moon, or rising sign, Venus. But this king has very deep feelings. He doesn't always, and this could be he or she. Court cards are not, I'm just saying, using the male pronoun because it's a king. But it could be either sex. So the king is someone who's very sensitive and very intuitive and has deep feelings. His feelings run very deep. He could be in a career where he helps others, like in the medical field or counseling. And if not in that field, he's a very caring, compassionate person. He wants to help people. He wants to advise. He could be your best friend, someone that you talk to. When you have a problem, you go to him and you tell him, this is what's going on in my life. I don't know what to do. And he gives you advice. So if you've been going through a depression in the recent past, because the Five of Pentacles is about feeling cut off from loved ones, feeling like you're on the outside looking in, feeling like your financial situation is unstable. That's passing. That's an energy that's passing. So you might have come through a period of instability where you felt like you weren't good enough in a situation, either a relationship. Like maybe you're thinking, well, I want to connect with this king, but I don't know if I'll be accepted in that group. Or I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I have the skills, or if I don't know if I'm from the same social network as this person. Will I be accepted? Am I good enough? Like your insecurities may have come up. But that's fading. You've got the Strength card coming up with the Three of Wands. This is positive. The Strength is about taming the lion, taming the beast within, learning how to control your emotions, not going to extremes of emotion. You might have been in a relationship in the past where there was you're dealing with someone who had anger issues. Maybe your own anger issues. Maybe you're learning how to control your anger and not overreact to things. The Strength card comes up when counseling can help you. So if you've been through a difficult time, maybe going through a depression or feeling emotionally vulnerable, and you've gone through the counseling and done the work, I feel like the Three of Wands means you're going to see the results of that work. You're going to start to see your ships start coming in. But to do that, you have to remind yourself not to overreact. And if you're dealing with someone who is like that, let's say you're in a relationship and your partner is volatile, they blow up, they don't know how to get their needs met without having a major anger, without raging. Counseling could help the relationship. Sometimes the Strength card could represent you're dealing with a Leo person, or you could have Leo in your chart or something. Because she's taming the lion. The lion can hurt her, can make it his next meal, but she's helping the lion. She's helping the person to heal, so he's not going to bite her. He realizes she's trying to help him. So you could be in a relationship with someone that is going through a difficult time. If it's not you, it could be someone else that's going through financial difficulties or depression or just, feeling like an outcast. And you're trying to help them and you're trying to heal them. Maybe you're giving them advice, or maybe someone's giving you advice. There could be like a little bit of a touchy situation because I feel like there's conflict. But I feel like you're coming out of that because the Three of Wands is here. The Three of Wands is about someone who's put energy and effort into something. And now they're starting to see the results of that effort. And it wasn't easy because there's competition. You have to fight the Five of Wands in your environment. So maybe you're winning out over the competition. So if you're trying to connect with someone in a romantic way, but maybe you're feeling, oh, they're out of my league. I don't know. This person is very popular and there's a lot of people that are interested in this person. Don't listen to that. Just go for what you want because you got the star here. The star can help you get it. You just have to know what you want and go for it. And the Five of Wands can also mean, for those of you who are in a relationship, petty conflicts. Maybe you've been fighting a lot with your partner over nothing, but you're not dealing with the real issues. So the fives mean instability. Fives mean, especially the Wands, it can mean petty conflict. But you have a lot of love here. You have the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So I feel like, okay, and the Lovers, which is a soulmate connection. You have a strong connection with someone. And if you can overcome the petty BS in the relationship, like don't be overly critical or nitpicky, but see what's really of value there and choose your battles wisely. Like, don't fight over every little thing. Fight on what's important, but don't argue in a positive way. So I feel like counseling could help if you're in a relationship. Counseling can help you learn how to resolve conflict in a healthy way, and it can help your relationship because I feel like there's a lot of love there. It's just that one of you might be overly emotional, one of you might be insecure, feeling they're not good enough, and that creates conflict. You're not really fighting over the real thing. You're fighting over the stuff that's not important. But the counseling can help you see what is important and help you to learn how to communicate better. If you're not in a relationship and there's competition for the person that you're interested in, you can overcome the competition. Just don't overreact. Just focus on, zero in on what you want. I feel like there's this person, this king, is someone who could really help you. Now, this could be a counselor that's helping you with your relationship, but it could also be a good friend that's giving you advice because they really care and they want to see you happy. The Ace of Cups is in your negative thinking sector. The Ace of Cups is a new beginning in love. It could be a new stage in an existing relationship where you overcome some of the problems because of like maybe you go through couples counseling and now you have this new start, but it's in your negative thinking sector. So you have to start thinking positive. Remember, the Chariot is control your mind. Don't give your mind over to the negativity, where you doubt everything and you're like, oh, nothing's good is ever going to happen to me, and you start, don't go there. Focus on the positive. Think like, yes, we can have this new beginning, and it can work. The Ten of Cups is here. You have a lot of love surrounding you. You have to recognize it. There are people around you that really love you and support you. There's a relationship where you have the connections. You have the potential for a fulfilling love relationship. You just have to get past some of the petty stuff that's been keeping you separate, that's been interfering with the harmony of the relationship. And then the Lovers. The Lovers is a choice that needs to be made. And this is an important choice because it's not like, should I have vanilla or chocolate? It's, do I stay in this relationship or do I give up on it and move on? Do I choose this person or do I choose that person? Who is the right person for me? Because I have multiple options. The Lovers is telling you that the choice you make at this time is going to be very significant. Because once you make that choice, you're not going to be able to go back and undo it or redo it. So if you choose one person over another, that other person goes away. The door is closed forever. And now you're with this new person. So be very, do a lot of thinking and really choose wisely. The same can be said about a relationship. Do I choose to stay or do I go? Because if you leave someone because of whatever reason you're wanting to choose to leave the relationship, maybe you think you can find something better out there than what you have, you're not going to be able to go back. So think carefully. Can I live without this person? Whatever choice I'm going to make, who's the one that I really want to be with, that I want to go the distance with? Because the other choices are going to disappear. And if you stay stuck in the choices, you may lose some of these opportunities because people will move on. So for those of you who are trying to choose among multiple options, you got to make your choice. Opportunity is knocking. You have the potential for love that can really last and can be a soulmate connection. You may have some hurdles to overcome, but you can do it. Now's the time. Make wise choices. Don't give up on something that is golden. Sometimes people are always looking for, like, the grass is always greener on the other side. Like, always the better option. When they don't realize, like, I've got a good option right now. And the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Sometimes you get to the other side and you're like, well, I'm in the same situation I left. So let me make this work. Because with the lovers, it's like, this person is important to you. Even if it's difficult, your life wouldn't be the same without them. So really choose wisely. Make sure whoever you're choosing, it's the person you want to go the distance with. It's the person who feeds your soul, uplifts you, is there for you in good times and in bad. And if you need counseling to help you get through that choice, don't be afraid to go for it and take someone's advice and listen to your heart. That's the best, listen to that inner guidance, that divine guidance that comes from within. Take time out and think, what do I really need from a relationship? And who is the best person to provide that? So let's see. But you can have the love that you're looking for. You can have the new beginning. You can have everything. You just have to make that choice and drop the other options. That's the main thing. Choose the best option. May the best person win, is what I'm going to say. So let's see what the angels have to say for Virgo. Positive change. Having problems picking up cards today. Okay. Dare to be different. When you are criticized, remember that you will never please everyone. Many brilliant and gifted individuals were not fully appreciated or understood in their own lifetime. Yet it is often they who have sown the seeds of change. So you're coming into a positive period with the Ace of Cups. You're going to see, this is a 3-day time frame. You're going to start to see the results of your efforts at the very beginning of the month, probably around that eclipse. But the Ace of Cups is a time card for June, July, August. So I'm thinking more mid-July. That's when things are really going to take off when it comes to love and relationships. So get ready to make that choice, to make that decision. Because it's going to come to a head where you have to make a choice. And you want to know exactly what you want by then. Figure it out. You can't be in the 7 of Cups forever. You have to make a decision. It's like being a kid in a candy store. I want that chocolate thing, and I want that candy thing, and I want this vanilla, ice cream. I can't have it all. You can only have one. What is the one I really want the most? Choose that, and you've got love. 10 of Cups, the Lovers, the Ace of Cups, the Star. You've got it all. So choose wisely. Okay, let's see what the astrology is saying. So the full moon is happening in your 3rd house. That's the house of siblings, your neighbors, your local friends. And the sun is in the 9th house with Mercury and Uranus. So that's your travel houses. You might be traveling around this full moon or coming back from a trip. It's also the house of communication. So you might receive an unexpected communication from someone at a distance. And it could be a friend that you haven't seen in a long time. Because Mars is in your 11th house, and Mars is trining the sun. It's trining Uranus. It's trining the moon, I'm sorry. It's sextile Uranus and the sun. And Mercury. So someone is going to be taking action. A friend might decide to contact you. Or you may decide to reach out to a friend that you haven't seen in a while. And you're going to have some interesting conversations where you're going to reveal things to each other. Uranus can bring unexpected developments. But Mars is trining Uranus, so it gives you the courage to make changes. You might even decide to move to a different location, because the ninth house is long distance travel, higher education, teaching, learning. Maybe someone contacts you and says, hey, you want to teach a course? Or maybe you decide to go back to school and pick up some extra degrees. But it's all good. It's one thing I can tell you, though, there'll be surprises. Now, with Uranus in your travel house and Mercury, just be careful traveling. Like, don't do anything. Don't be reckless. And be careful with your communication. Don't choose your words carefully before you speak, because you don't want to say something that you regret later. Also in the ninth house is the North Node. So I feel like you're being called. It's like a destiny to, I think you're coming into a period where something might challenge your belief system, belief about yourself, challenge your faith in some way. Maybe something happens that you never believed was possible. You have Saturn in the 7th house. That's the house. Saturn in the 7th is showing you the reality of your relationships. And it's sextile the North Node and Mercury. So if you're connecting with someone, there could be an age difference. Saturn is asking you to make a commitment, to step up to the plate and take responsibility in relationships. And that could be, the 7th house could be marriage, but it could also be business partnerships. So there could be a business that wants you to commit, where you might be signing a contract. There might be some legal things around this partnership that have to be worked out. So it could be marriage, or it could be signing a contract where you agree to be with this company for so many years or something like that. So look at the fine print, because Mercury is still retrograde at this point. If you have to sign a contract, see if you can push it up till the end of May, when Mercury goes direct. But in any case, things will be revealed at this time, at the full moon. And it's a lunar eclipse, so there could be a female figure that gets eclipsed from your life. Communication. You may hear unexpected news. You may hear something, like secrets may be revealed, or some unexpected message may come in that brings clarity and enlightenment. Venus is in your 10th house. So whatever you're doing at work, you're getting along with your colleagues, you may be doing something more creative, artistic. It is sextile Jupiter in the 8th. So if you're connecting with someone, you could even be connecting with someone through the work that you do. And that could give you hope. Jupiter in the 8th can bring finances. If you're looking for funding or financial support from a partner, you could be attracting a wealthy partner that helps your financial situation. Jupiter is squaring Pluto in the 6th. So there are big changes happening at work, especially that involve money and funding. There also could be some legal situations happening. Chiron is in the 8th house. The 8th house has to do with working with the shadow, working with fears of intimacy, confronting your own shadow. Maybe you have some healing to do around money, around support, around intimacy. Are you afraid to connect with someone on a deep level? How do you feel about a partner that makes more money than you? Do you have healing to do around that? Do you feel insecure about that? Like, suppose especially if you're like, you want to be on top, you want to be the person who's earning more money, and then you attract someone that's making even more than you. Does that make you feel insecure? Maybe you have to work around those issues. But in any case, this full moon should clear up a lot of confusion, because full moons always shine a light on things. And since it's in your communication sector, communication can help, talking about things. So if there's something that's bothering you, talk it out with your partner, talk it out with your friends, talk it out. You could even have unexpected communication from a relative, a person you haven't heard from or seen in a while. Then we have this new moon in Taurus, and that's in your 9th house. So you have an opportunity for a new beginning. You could be traveling, or you could be going back to school, or you could be teaching. Maybe someone offers you a teaching position. Whatever it is, this new moon is trining it's conjunct Uranus. So it's going to be a surprise. It's going to be unexpected. But it's going to be an unexpected new beginning that's going to be positive. It's going to free you in some way. Mars is in your 11th house. So maybe, and it's sextile the new moon. So through the friendships that you know, the connections that you've made, the networking, the groups you belong to, there could be this sudden opportunity that comes. It could be a sudden opportunity to teach, sudden opportunity to learn, to travel, to share your wisdom. Any of those things could apply because the 9th house, it may even change your belief system in some way. You have Neptune going through the 7th house of partnerships. So Neptune can sometimes Neptune can dissolve one partnership and then bring in another one. So you want to look at your partnerships, make sure you're not trying to save someone. Don't get into a codependent relationship. But Neptune can bring a spiritual union with a soulmate. And Mars is trining Neptune. So it's possible that a person that you only saw as a friend suddenly approaches you, and this is for people who are not involved in a permanent relationship. A friend may approach you, and it can turn into a relationship that brings it's more of a spiritual connection. Pluto now is in your 6th house, so there's a lot of big transformation in your work sector with your colleagues. And Mars is opposing Pluto from your 11th house, so there could be some power struggles around work and the groups that you belong to, the groups that you work with. And with Jupiter, especially with Jupiter in the 9th, there could be some legal issues that are connected with this power struggle. So you want to be careful and choose your words carefully. Don't overreact to anything that happens at this time. If someone pushes your buttons, don't overreact. Just watch what you say because your communication sector is being activated. Venus in the 11th, though, is trining Saturn in the 7th. If you're finding love at this time through friendship, through the groups, like someone may introduce you to someone that becomes significant in your life. And that could be a romantic situation or also a business partnership. It's going to be in place for a long time because Venus trines Saturn brings longevity, discipline, and commitment. It can bring a partner where there's an age difference, and Venus brings love and money. So if you're connecting with a new job, it's going to pay well. If you're connecting with a partner, they're going to be very charming. And there could be an age difference where the one person acts like a father figure or a mother figure to you. Or one person you could be the father or mother figure to this person if you're the older person. Even if you're the same age, it could be that one of you is more mature and is more of a person that takes care, that nurtures. But you have the potential to make a commitment in a partnership at this time. And it could come through your friendships or your networking, the groups that you belong to, and it could be like manifesting a dream or a goal that you've wanted for a long time. Mars is also trine Neptune, so Mars trining Neptune it helps you to manifest a goal or a dream. And with Saturn, it gives it stability. Like Neptune on its own can be a little bit deceptive or illusion. It could bring illusions, or like you're not seeing clearly. But Saturn is showing you the reality, so you're going to be able to see. If you've been like living in a dream world and not paying attention to reality, Saturn is going to show you the reality of your relationships and your partnerships, so that you're going to know how to make what the right choice to make. You're going to see it very clearly. So there's no more sweeping things under the rug and pretending everything's okay if it's not. If it's good, you're going to be committing. If it's not good, you may decide, like, I need to move on. But one way or another, you're going to see the truth, because Saturn brings truth, and so does Jupiter. So there's going to be some transformations in your partnerships, where you might commit to one and leave another, or whatever it is. I feel like you can manifest a goal or a dream that is very dear to your heart this month. You could get the ball rolling, and you're going to finally get the love and the recognition you've always wanted. So I hope this reading is a help to you. I hope this resonated with you.